So my name's Danni, and I'm an associate professor at NMBU in Norway, so it's just south of Oslo. I moved there a couple of years ago, so I consider myself a Svalbard newbie. So I literally know like one person, two people after this. So please do come and say hello. That's really because previously I was working on Greenland. So yeah, now I'm in Norway, it makes sense to do more Svalbard work. So I'm representing part of the SvalSurge team, which was looking at reviewing surging glaciers in Svalbard. And the best way to describe them, this top picture here shows the advancing margin of a surging glacier. So you can see it's kind of really crumpled, it's got lots of dirt that's incorporated into it. And I guess Svalbard's really known for its surging glaciers, right? So it's a really beautiful place, and part of that is the surging glaciers that occur here. And it's a known hotspot as well, globally, for them. And the best way to describe surging glaciers is if you imagine them to be like your bank account, right? So, not mine, mine's awful. So this bottom right picture here, the far one on the right, that would be what you would say a normal glacier. So it would have money going in and money going out each month, right? Whereas for surging glaciers, they have money going in and not so much money going out. So they build up like a pot of savings or reserves, if you like. But all of a sudden, what they'll decide to do is have a big spending spree, and they'll just empty their entire bank account. And that's the final sort of image where they've advanced really quite quickly over a period of a few years, and they've lost a lot of mass from their system. Okay, so their bank account is essentially empty. And what we wanted to do is really sort of, with this report, bring together current people that are working on Svalbard surging glaciers, but in a contemporary context, but also a paleo. So I think paleo is past, and I'm really paleo. Because at the moment, the two camps tend to work quite separately. So you've got the contemporary glaciologists, and then you've got the paleo, so your past glaciologists. So this is some of the team in the bottom left there, and we were deploying some instruments last April on Longyearbyen, which is currently surging. And in this report, we decided to review all the published literature. I'm sure we may have missed some, and you'll probably point it out, but yes, we've brought together all the literature, and we've put it in a database. And we've put in any information that we could find about those surging glaciers. So when they started, was it observed, what data there is. And hopefully this will be useful for the community, and we can also add to this as well. So the main thing that came out of our report was that we basically need more data. We always need more data, but particularly to do with the start of surge. When glaciers start to surge, we don't often, we know maybe when, but we don't have the instruments deployed often in time to sort of capture this data. So their onset, their velocity, so their speed throughout. So more geophysical measurements would be really good. And also combining that paleo, so your past, with your contemporary as well. So if you look at the past surging record over the last 10,000 years, some of the glaciers in Svalbard, they're having progressively less extensive surges, okay? So that's something that we'd really like to sort of start combining with, what are their sort of triggers, what's happened in the past, what are we seeing? And this is all really important because in the Arctic, we're due to have more wet precipitation, if you like, so less snow. And that's really important because water is a key sort of factor within the surging glacier system. So if we're having more water, potentially we could get a temporary increase in the amount of surges and or decrease over the next 100 years. And we also need to extend the amount of paleo data that we have for some of these areas.